Good morning, friends, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Ashish Nagar, and I thank you for joining me in this video. Today, we will understand why people are different, why people in the same given situation act in different ways, even if they are given the same situation for both people, two people, or the whole group. There are certain differences that do make a individualistic prioritization of things and how we see at the things and how we deal with the things. These individual differences or individual preferences or individual perceptions make people different. Let us explore that why a person acts in a way and at a given point of situation, how he sees a situation and how he responds to you, and how it differentiates from each person to person, and why people are normally acting the way they are acting. So there is a particular set of rules that a person is following, and because of that the person is feeling the difference, and the base of the rule is something that we call as strategy. Let us see what is strategy in this video. And before that, if you're joining me today, let me give my introduction. This is Ashish Nagar. I am a YouTuber and a wellness and life coach, and my main function, main concentration, main focus, main niche is anxiety, depression, and stress. And so let us understand how variation of these strategies create stress in people and how people collide with each other because of changes in strategies. Let us understand the strategy of working. Thank you for joining with me. Stay tuned for a whole explanation of strategies. Thank you. Why people act in a certain way when they are faced with a situation. Each person in a group will be faced with the same type of situation, but he will be having a different approach to the problem altogether, because this approach is based on the strategy of the person. Strategy is the planning and execution of the action that you think will be best matching to the problem, and strategy differs from person to person. Normally when we talk about strategy, we have to understand that each person has a different strategy. Two lovers, this is Valentine's time, and two lovers altogether, if they have different strategies of showing their love, one will be in need of some gifts and things, and the other will be in need of more of your companionship and your time. So there something differs. Normally there are 30 kids in one class, and the teacher teaches all the 30 kids with the same format, but each kid's strategy to memorize and to save the information will be different. So here the difference between the strategy of learning matters. A husband and a wife, right, when they are dealing with the daily course of the house, and if their strategies do not match with dealing with the day-to-day problem they are facing in the family, then also there is a difference in the strategy that can create a conflict. A person working in an office or in a corporate or in a college, the administrative strategies and the personal strategies of the person, if they are different, even they can create a desynchronization in the pattern. How a person behaves or deals or reacts to a situation depends on his strategy, and strategy of each person can be different, right? So you have to understand that strategies are normally based on the type of environment you are exposed, your experience, again because we learn from our past, right? And here we can defy the saying that history repeats itself. Normally we have a preconception in our brain that this particular strategy has not worked in the past, and I am sure this is not going to work in the future. Although if you make amendments in that particular strategy, it will be helpful and it can be working in the future also. Normally people think that by this time my life has done so much of misjudgment to me, my life was not fair to me, and thinking this, we accept it that my life is going to be the same because nothing is changing in my life. The only thing that needs to be changed is the strategy of approaching the life. If you understand this particular factor, that if you change the strategy towards the life is definitely going to change, right? So you have to understand that strategies define how we approach any task. It can be any task. I normally quote this, that there is a dish called dal, tuar ki dal, which is the lentil soup that we prepare in India. And the lentil soup, if you go in 15 houses and you taste it with the hands of 15 ladies, the taste will be different. Now, if we even get together those 15 ladies in one place, we give them the same amounts of ingredients, we give them the same amounts of lentil and the spices, and you tell them to prepare 15 types of the lentil soup, right? But even after giving the same amount of ingredients, the same amount of raw material, those 15 lentil soup or dal will have a different taste in all the 15 ladies, right? Why? Where is the difference? The difference is in the strategy. They might be using different strategies in preparation. Some might be adding the spices in the lentil while it is cooking. Some might be adding the lentils later on, or any other strategy, right? So you understand that in if a particular problem is given to a group or a team to be solved, each person has a different opinion, a different way to deal with the problem, and he suggests a different idea to deal with the problem, and this difference is known as the strategy. Now, the best part about strategy is it can be corrected, point number 1, and it can be installed, point number 2, right? If you want to become successful in life, if you want to achieve something in life, if you want to reach a level that a person has already reached, you try to find out the strategy he has used. If you want to become the best batsman in the world like Sachin, you have to analyze how Sachin used to play. What was the strategy that Sachin used when he was standing in front of those stumps, right, with the bat in hand, and what was his strategy to the ball that was coming to him? If you can just explore that strategy, and if you can put it in your mind, then you will definitely adapt that particular strategy. Now, how does this matter? All right. If you want to become a successful businessman, you have to get the strategy how the businessman whom you model. There is a person in our life whom we normally model, whom we feel that this is the person that I want to be. But by following him, or by following him on social media, or by reading his quotes, you do not become that person. For becoming that person, you have to follow the exact strategy, the copycat strategy that that person has used in his life for success. And until and unless you are following that strategy, you are not going to get the same results. So this is very important to understand. Now you will ask me, what is the basic of strategy? How can one define or assess a strategy? If you are influenced by your boss, and if you want to work just as a copy to your boss so that you can copy his success, you have to follow the strategy that your boss is following. If two lovers, they match their strategies, if you are now aware that if I match my strategy with the person I love, and if I follow the strategies that she follows or he follows for loving, we can definitely set and blend with that person so nicely that you will live happily thereafter. Similar thing with students. If you understand the strategy how your kids normally learns or how he reads, right? And if you understand other student strategy whom you count as more successful than your kid, or you want your kid to perform like another student in his class, you have to just try to understand the strategy of the other student and how he deals with it. If you can copy that strategy, you can change your life to the level that is unlimited, and that is equal to the ideal that you are following. Now, how we are going to copy the strategy? We had discussed previously also that each experience has a V, a A and K. That is a visual, a auditory and a kinesthetic. Any person that you are wanting to model, you have to understand how he takes his world in this V, A and K. And if you just understand how he analyzes his visual, auditory and kinesthetic inputs, and if you can copy them, if you can just understand what are the internal and the external responses, and what are the internal and external perceptions that a person makes of a particular situation, then you will be able to copy him exactly. And to find this out, you just have to observe the person very closely. If it is a if you are looking for Ambani, go for his speeches, go for his talks, go for his media appearances. Try to understand what language he speaks, what is the level of mental agility that he is having, what is the level of flexibility that he's having, what is the level of knowledge that he's having, and in which sector, what is the level that he deals with the media and with the people. You start copycatting that person's VAK, that means the strategy, that means how he reacts or acts in a particular given situation. And I assure you, I bet you'll be able to perform much more better and much more the way you want your to become your model, right? So strategy is the way of life, how we deal with a certain problem and how we interact with people and how the person whom you want to model interacts with people. Try to understand this fact, follow a strategy, change your strategy, and definitely you will get what you want in life. So, thanks for being with me in this video today. And if you like this talk, please subscribe if you haven't till date, and please write a comment, like the video, share the video, and I'll definitely discuss in further videos how we can actually adapt and implant the strategies and how submodalities help in building the strategies, right? So stay tuned with me. This is Ashish Nagar signing off for today. Have a nice day. Bye bye.